And it's Ken Kreitzer at West Point Army football practice. I have a chance to talk to the head coach of the Black Knights, Jeff Monken. And, Coach, I'm sure you're going to be happy to be playing back at Michie Stadium on Saturday. How's your week of preparation going for UTEP?
I think the week's been really good, and we're really pleased to be back home. The road hadn't been good to us the last 2 weeks, so we're excited to be back here in front of our home crowd and the Corps of Cadets.
Absolutely, and I know you're having to shuffle on defense because of injuries and players not being available. How do you feel young players are stepping up on the defense?
Slowly but surely, and we have a starting lineup for a reason. We feel like those guys are most prepared and give us the best chance. And oftentimes guys get hurt, and somebody has to step up. What's unfortunate is we've had to have guys step up and then have other guys step up behind them because they got hurt. And so we've really got to manage practice so we don't get hurt in practice, and hope that our guys can develop and learn from playing, and as we go through the season keep a lineup that's consistent. And I think we'll be a better football team if we were able to do that.
So and on offense, with Darnell was out last week, Andy Davidson really stepped up, 130 yards rushing. How do you feel his game has developed going into the season?
I think every one of those guys at that position is capable of carrying the load for us. I thought Andy did a nice job, but I really thought Kalen Holt and Connor Slomka did as well with the touches that they had. They all run very hard behind their pads. They're physical players. So I'm glad we got a little stable of guys there that we can kind of keep fresh and keep rolling in there. Andy did a great job.
Absolutely. And Saturday, you'll be in front of the big home crowd. Should be an excellent football atmosphere at Michie Stadium. What does your team have to do to be successful on Saturday?
Well, we've got to do the things that we talk about as a team, and that number one is just playing our assignments and playing our fundamentals. It's something we didn't do a great job of last week. We had opportunities to win the football game, and probably we could look at just those two things alone and find our reason for losing the game. But we've got to take care of the ball, and we've got to get some turnovers. We haven't gotten a turnover back in the last two games, and we've turned the ball over ourselves, and the one last week really cost us. So I think those things are important. Win the kicking game, which we try to do every week, which that field position game makes a big difference for us. So we're just going to try to play our game and do the best we can. They've got an outstanding group of athletes on their team. We're really impressed with them last year, and even more impressed with those guys this year. They got an All-American guard. They got a really good running back. They got a quarterback that throws it all over the place. Very fast in the secondary. So as we look at them, it's a little bit tough to say, hey, we're just going to roll out there and run right by them. We're going to have to play really good football, very sound football to have a chance to win.
We're looking forward to seeing a good game at Michie Stadium. The Black Knights return home on Saturday. Coach, thank you again for your time. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks a lot. See you at Michie Stadium.
Absolutely. This is Ken Kreitzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio at the United States Military Academy.